Ever feel like life's just not fair? Like you're doing everything right, but nothing seems to go your way? Well, today, we're diving into a story about exactly that, and how a little bit of kindness and a whole lot of hope can change everything. This is the story of a girl named Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her father, who loved her more than anything in the world. But when he remarried, her life took a turn she never could have imagined. Her new stepmother and two stepsisters were anything but kind. After her dear father passed away, their true colors shone through. They were jealous of her gentle heart and her beauty, so they did everything they could to make her life miserable. They took away her beautiful dresses and forced her to wear rags. They made her sleep by the fireplace in the attic, among the cinders. That's how she got her name, Cinderella. From morning till night, she was their servant. Cinderella, fetch the water. Cinderella, mend my dress. Cinderella, polish our shoes. Her days were filled with endless chores, while her stepsisters did nothing but lounge around and criticize her. Dear. Despite the hardship, Cinderella never lost her spirit. She was kind to everyone and everything, from the little mice that lived in the walls to the birds that sang outside her window. They became her only friends, her secret companions in a lonely world. She would share crumbs from her meager meals with the mice and sing sweet songs with the birds. Her heart, though heavy, remained full of love. Exciting news spread throughout the kingdom. The king was throwing a grand royal ball for his son, the prince. Every eligible maiden in the land was invited. The prince was looking for a bride, and this was the chance of a lifetime. Cinderella's stepsisters were ecstatic. For weeks, they talked of nothing else, the gowns they would wear, the jewels they would flaunt. And now, they would capture the prince's heart. Cinderella's heart flooded with a tiny spark of hope. May I go to the ball too? She asked her stepmother timidly. Her stepmother and stepsisters burst into cruel laughter. You in your rags and dirt? You would be a disgrace. The stepmother then gave her a wicked smile. Well, she said, if you finish all your chores, nurse, and if you can find something suitable to wear, then you may go. This was an impossible task. They piled on more chores than ever before, and she had nothing to wear but her tattered rags. Still, hope is a powerful thing. With a little help from her animal friends, Cinderella managed to finish every last chore. The mice and birds, grateful for her kindness, secretly worked together. They found discarded ribbons and beads and transformed an old dress of her mother's into something beautiful. Just as her stepsisters were leaving for the ball, Cinderella appeared, looking lovely in her refashioned gown. For a moment, she looked like a princess. But her stepsisters, consumed by jealousy, flew into a rage. They ripped the dress, tore the beads, and left her in a heap of rags and tears. Now you have nothing to wear. They sneered, before sweeping out the door. Cinderella ran to the garden, her heart completely broken. All her hope was gone. As she sobbed under a willow tree, a soft, shimmering light began to glow. An old woman with a kind face and a sparkling wand appeared before her. Don't cry, my child, she said gently. I am your fairy godmother, and you shall go to the ball. With a few waves of her wand, magic filled the air. A pumpkin in the garden patch grew and swelled, transforming into a magnificent golden carriage. The mice became proud white horses, and a rat became a stately coachman. Her torn dress dissolved into a breathtaking gown of starlight and silk, and on her feet a pair of delicate glass slippers. This is incredible, Cinderella whispered. But remember, her fairy godmother warned, the magic only lasts until midnight. At the stroke of 12, everything will return to what it was. Cinderella arrived at the ball, and every head turned. No one recognized the dusty servant girl. The prince himself was captivated by her grace and beauty. He asked her to dance, and they danced the night away, falling in love under the glittering chandeliers. But as the clock began to chime 12, Cinderella remembered her godmother's warning. She fled from the ballroom, leaving the prince calling after her. In her haste, one of her glass slippers fell off on the grand staircase. The next day, the prince, heartbroken but determined, declared he would marry the maiden whose foot fit the tiny glass slipper. He sent his royal guards to every house in the kingdom. When they arrived at Cinderella's home, the stepsisters tried desperately to squeeze their large feet into the delicate shoe, but it was no use. The stepmother tried to hide Cinderella away, but the prince's guard insisted on seeing every girl in the house. Finally, Cinderella was brought out. The stepmother scoffed, but the moment Cinderella slipped her foot into the glass slipper, it fit perfectly. In that instant, her destiny changed forever. The prince had found his true love. They were married in a grand ceremony, and Cinderella, the girl who was once a servant, became a beloved princess. She forgave her stepsisters, showing them the same kindness she had shown everyone else. Nay, they lived happily ever after, proving that no matter how dark the night, a kind heart and a little hope can always find the dawn.